Yeah, I mean, it's like the Catholic Church used to dictate what everything was, and they was actually controlling. They were the leading powers, and yet they still are in everything else. But they were basically the individuals that were driving force of it in the past. So that's what they wanted the church and state to be separated.
Yeah.
When you wouldn't have that outside authority that's not elected driving your laws.
Because I know in England the church dictated like almost everything. Like whatever the church has the power, and then they were dictating a lot of things.
And that's what he's talking about, separation of church and state.
Right.
But yet they took it to the point. They didn't say take God out of it.
Right.
They said separate the church and the state, because the church as an entity it's a congregation, what the people, the body of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a church. It's not a physical being. Just one 501c3s. So that's why they make them fictitious entities that supposedly are.
And you can't take right out of wrong out of just people's decisions. And like a lot of people make decisions based on right and wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so again, I'm Taylor Cox. This GOP politics. We're going to do an uncut, unedited. We're just going to sit here and have a conversation. So I've invited my buddy Steve, and my buddy Benji to come in here, and we're going to record a conversation. We're just going to let whatever it may be. We're going to start talking about it. Right now, we're talking about separation of church and state, and I think Steve's made some pretty good points on it. So let's keep this conversation going, and then we're going to get into the whole drag queen story hour.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you go ahead and start with the drag queen story hour, since we kind of summed up
I guess
our
that is the big...
yeah.
So, and I've talked to you guys about it one-on-one. In the beginning, we were... I'm opposed to the lifestyle as a person, but that doesn't have an influence on my political beliefs, right? We got involved because there was one group that was denied access. It was a Christian youth group that was denied access to the library. And their right to the First Amendment was revoked when they denied them access to book this room. And then nothing else came out of it. Because the group came, they said, hey, we want to book a room. The library said, no, you can't. Okay, well, they just went on to the next place, and that's what it was. Well, then we had this drag queen story hour come, and they said, hey, we're going to book a room. It's our First Amendment right. And the library jumps all over it. Yeah, it's your First Amendment right.
Right.
And then we were like, well, hold on. We just filed a complaint about one group not being able to exercise their First Amendment right, but now they're coming in.
Right.
So this is where the politics came into play.
I didn't know about the other group.
So the library's picking and choosing who can come and use their platform.
So the other group, what were they trying to do at the library?
So they wanted to read a book, The Chronicles of Narnia. I've seen the movies. I've never read the books.
Movies.
And they were denied.
They were denied. So they wanted to dress up as the characters, and they wanted to read through the series. So
hold on, let me get it straight. Yeah. They want to come and read a book. And
dressed
as characters.
Dressed up.
Is that the premise that we're on?
Yeah. So no reading books.
Okay, as long as you're clear on the.
So that's where we're at.
So if you throw in a homosexual or like a guy in drag,
then it's okay. But
Chronicles of Narnia. Also consider
we
have to get past this point, because too that what is flabbergasted me is the fact that people don't understand what the books they're reading are about.
Yes,
right.
It's not they're reading Dr. Seuss. Yeah.
Non-binary, gender-neutral books.
Yes,
yeah.
and then to push an agenda. That's all it is.
Yep.
I mean, if it's one thing going in and reading Dr. Seuss or reading some other book that are kids. Brown Bear.
The Academy of Arts Ministries in Greenville. That's who was denied. So yeah, they denied them. No, we don't want you to dress up as characters and come in and read a book. But we got the drag queen story hour. It's men dressed up as women characters, and they're reading books.
And the only reason why they turned down Narnia because it was a religious book?
I don't even think it's a religious book.
It's not.
I mean, I think that's just, I guess they drew the line at Chronicles of Narnia. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that book nor anything about it.
I know it's based, like, it's a Christian author, and it was based off the story of Jesus and being crucified, and it's loosely based off that and how it parallels and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know just that's really where the platform for GOP politics in South Carolina got involved at, was because we took a political stance on it, because they did. They took a political stance. And we reached out to Beverly James with the library and said, hey, you're denying one group but not another. This is not equality. This is not justice.
Right.
We're a constitutional based group. We believe in our Constitution. We may not believe in what everyone says in the name of free speech, but we believe they have the right to a free speech. Yeah. But this has gone. It's been a snowball effect. There's been a lot of positives, been a lot of negatives. But I think one of the things that's important to know is this organization has come in and they're using the public library system as a platform to push an agenda, what we would consider a far left agenda on our kids.
Right.
And it's like, okay, so where do you draw the line at?
Yeah, at the taxpayer's dollar.
Yeah, because we see what's happening in California. We see what's happening in New Jersey. They're pushing this type of lifestyle in the school system. They're teaching about this type of lifestyle in schools, and it's coming to South Carolina.
They've done it in New York, too.
They passed a law in Jersey, I think, a week or two ago about this, and then it's already been stated in California for a while. They actually teach transgenderness, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So they're normalizing something that we believe. I think we're on agreement that it shouldn't be normalized. Is there a place for it on this earth? Sure. I mean,
it's a fallen world.
Yeah, whether you believe it or not, I guess they have their place on earth, but, where is safe for conservatives? Because we know where you can go if you're a liberal and you can be welcomed with open arm, but there's nowhere a conservative can go. We're not saying we want to be isolated from the rest of the world, but, we're in a small town here. We're in Simpsonville, South Carolina, so where can conservatives go without having to worry about this type of lifestyle, without worrying about sending our kids to public schools and having this far left agenda being shoved down our throats? Like, there's nowhere to hide anymore.
Right. Oh, public schools. Most people the conservatives are homeschooling now.
Yeah, it goes to indoctrination and everything else. I mean, Marxism that's all he teaches on is indoctrination of children. So did Hitler. Hitler indoctrinated children.
Yeah.
There was nothing else that was done. I mean, if you can get the youth to start following your path, then guess what? The youth is going to grow up, and that's what they're going to
change a whole generation of people.
Change it. Yeah. Reagan said it too. I mean, we're just one generation away from socialism.
Yeah.
I mean, it
takes one generation to forget the past generation too.
Yeah. I mean, what we teach in our schools and everything else. I mean, I know it's getting off the subject, but I mean, is the teaching and what we groom our children and morals and values and ethics and beliefs and faith.
Yeah.
And it starts at home. I agree 100%. Yeah. But yet when you go out there and you publicize it and you put it into a taxpayer system organization that we have to fund this and we have to be okay with it, then that's infringing on my beliefs and my morals and my values. Because I mean, I do respect government and everything else, but I do serve God. I don't serve government.
And they're doing something against God.
Yes.
This comes to the question. I've had a lot of comments, emails, phone calls, whatever, about you can't tell parents how to parent their kids.
Right.
And for me as a father, my kid has to go out into the society also.
Right.
And it seems like everyone agrees, however you're going to be as a person, as an adult, starts at home. It starts with the way that you're being raised at home. So where do you draw the line on where can I as a father say what you're teaching your kid actually can affect my kid?
It will. And they're not teaching alternatives. So like they teach evolution in school. They're not teaching creation just as much as they're teaching evolution. They're teaching it as fact. And there's a good chunk of people that